I really enjoy playing the piano for worship services. I also enjoy watching the children, youth, and other adults as they serve together in worship. What an opportunity and blessing we have to develop our talents, skills, and leadership abilities as we grow spiritually. And it adds a wonderful dimension to the service when many people participate. When our friends and family are not there, we miss them, and it's not the same without them. One Sunday morning years ago, I had to make a decision. Either go to church and play the piano for worship, or stay at home and use the little money I had to buy groceries. You see, it was a 48-mile round-trip drive, and although I had enough gas in the car to make it, there wasn't enough gas to go to church and to my place of work all week long. And I was almost out of food and money. I had a job, but there were extra expenses that month I hadn't counted on, and payday wasn't till Thursday. I found myself in a dismal situation. I knew everyone at church would understand if I didn't come. They would just have to sing the hymns without the piano music. Yes, I had made a commitment to be the musician, but I was also a single mom with the responsibility of caring for and feeding my children. I had to stay at home. I sat down at the table and put my head in my hands. My youngest daughter poured the last drop of milk in her cereal and reminded me that we really needed to buy more food. As I sat there contemplating my decision, I picked up a booklet that my mother sent me called the Heart's Desire Program. It's a method of praying with Scripture, and I began to leaf through it. One of the scriptures was from Proverbs 3, verses 5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will direct your paths. I prayed for guidance and asked the Lord to help me make the right decision. I decided to go to church. We got in the car, and I cried almost the whole way, being fearful about lack of money and food and the negative things that could happen to us. When we arrived, my girls went into the worship area, and I quietly went to the piano with my head down so no one could see that I'd been crying. When the announcements began, my friend Carol Hughes stood up and said, "Today we are starting a new ministry here at Mon Valley called the Ministry of Food. We are asking folks to prepare a complete meal, bring it to church and give it to a very busy family or to someone who could use a good meal, then have them return the dishes the next Sunday with a meal for another family. Today, we are starting with Kathy and her girls. I almost fell off the bench. How could she have known that we needed food? I couldn't believe it. I played the hymns with extra joy and energy that morning and thanked God and Carol profusely. Not only did we have a wonderful meal that afternoon, she made so much food that we had more than enough salad, casserole, bread, rolls, and dessert to last the entire week. And we got a bonus. Carol is an excellent cook, so everything was delicious. I got gas in my car, bought some milk, and we made it to payday. That was a life-changing experience for me. It made me aware of how loving and generous God is, and how important it was for me and my family to be there for worship. If we had decided to stay home, the worshipers would not have the musical accompaniment that adds so much when we sing together. And my family would not have received Carol's generous blessing of food that we needed. I'm currently pastor of the Mon Valley, Pennsylvania congregation, and together we share our time, talent, treasure, and testimony in worship, with each other, and in the community. Christ's mission is our mission, and through the 5 mission initiatives, we are helping to build God's peaceable kingdom. We want everyone to experience God's abundant generosity. Look around today and notice who isn't there. Maybe they didn't have enough money for gas in their car or enough food in their house to make it through the week, and were too worried to come to church. I encourage you to go and surprise them with a meal, or even take them out to eat and invite them to come to worship. Your generosity will bring about a transforming joy that will create a desire to bring to pass the peaceable kingdom.